Hey, what's up? It's Fuel Your Life Friday. Let's go. What it do, Friday fam? I love our Fuel Your Life Friday episodes, and I hope you do too. One of the most requested topics is money and finances. So I decided to highlight a few of my favorite podcasts that actually focus specifically on money, and as a bonus, the hosts of these podcasts also double as Master Your Mind, Business, and Life podcast guests. So since I can't pump out these episodes fast enough for you, consider this your next best dose. So kicking it off with number 1 is actually the Master Your Mind, Business, and Life podcast. I've always got to hit you with this show as number 1 because in the year of 2021, we are going to be covering stocks, investment. Coming up soon, we're actually helping you teach your kids how to get their money right. Plus, we already have a backlog of episodes that really help you lean into this topic. So if you aren't caught up on the shows but are interested in financial-driven episodes, check out the following episode numbers: 160, 159, 153, 144, 113, 96, 74, 55, or episode number 9. Or simply just type in money in the search field on mindbizlife.com and it will pull up all of those episodes for you. Number 2, Money Nerds. Host Whitney Hansen has been a guest on our show, and Money Nerds is an amazing podcast. This podcast highlights weekly stories from people who share their secrets to financial success. Whitney Hansen interviews everyday people with weird, unique, and amazing money stories. If you're looking for a modern voice and financial tips that actually work, check out the Money Nerds podcast with Whitney Hansen. Number 3, Broke to Woke. Okay, you have got to check this one out. I love the dynamic and intelligent and soulful conversations shared between Jeremy Newsom and Brittany Turner. And let me just go ahead and read the intro about the show because it'll suck you in. The Broke to Woke podcast explores the personal journeys of hosts Brittany Turner and Jeremy Newsom as they examine their trajectory from humble beginnings in a rural South to becoming successful entrepreneurs. Through their intimate accounts of the trials and setbacks life has thrown at them to how they've triumphed to get where they are now, this podcast will explore how to become a force for good in your daily life and how to make small changes and mindset shifts that will help you go from broke to woke. Number 4, the Mind Money Balance podcast. Mind Money Balance is the no guilt, no shame podcast to help you get your mind and money in balance. Host Lindsay Bryan Podvin interviews guests and lends her expertise as a financial therapist to help listeners learn more about the emotional side of money. Lindsay was a guest on the show, but let me tell you, her social media and podcasts are loaded, truly loaded with value-driven content. And last, but certainly not least, number 5, the Thought Card. Host Danielle Desir helps empower financially savvy travelers to make more informed financial decisions. Danielle shares inspiring stories, tips, and advice from money nerds and globetrotters who are using their hard-earned money to creatively travel the world, earn more, pay off debt, and build wealth. Danielle has also written a few books about traveling while saving money and paying off debt, so go check out the Thought Card for more inspiration. Out of all of the work communities I have been part of, such as marketing, consulting, photography, I've got to say that the podcasting community has been my favorite. It's full of support and value and purpose-driven leaders, and I love sharing this space with them and also lifting them up any chance I can. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend and be sure to leave the podcast a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever it is that you tune in and turn it up. I'll see you back here next week, but until then, remember, every level of life is an opportunity to grow. Be well, my friend.